Hello, everybody. Welcome to Crash Out Crypto, the first edition ever. Today, I'm going to be crashing through the cryptocurrency markets just to give you a quick overview of what's actually going on. It's not going to be a lot of fluff or filler with my channel. I'm just going to try to give you straight information as I see it. Just as a disclaimer, this is not financial advice, but I did invest in XRP back in 2021 and also Sologenic and a few other projects that have, you know, obviously gone up. I'm not going to get into percentages. That doesn't matter. I mean, it matters, obviously, but right now I'm here just to try to give you a crash course so you don't make any mistakes, such as selling sooner than you should or buying sooner than you should, or maybe just being misled by the market with meme coins, so on and so forth. So we're going to hop on into it right now. Okay, so what we got here is the bubble chart. Okay, this is just a little background bubbling thing, and you can move it around. It's real fun and all, but it gives you an idea of what's happening within the year, the month, the week, the day, and the hour. Okay, so within the hour, it looks like things are, volatile because you got the greens, the reds, and all that. On the whole day, still volatile. Within the week, volatile. Month, volatile. Year, excellent. So whenever you have any doubts, you always just zoom out. Okay. So if you ever have any um, question about whether you made the right choice or what you should or shouldn't do, just go on over to Crypto Bubble. You can just go from any one of those sections. Maybe it'll make you feel a little bit better or not. I'm not sure. All right. So, like I said, this is my first edition show. I crashed right through them, so it may be a little sloppy, but just bear with me. All right. So, what we're going to be looking at today first is the SEC versus Ripple suit that has been raging on for quite some time now. And the topic of today is, will the SEC appeals delay XRP's pass to a spot ETF? And Bitcoin eyes 100K. Well, this was in January 6th, so it's the 8th now. Yeah, of course. Without clarity through the SEC, you're not going to get a spot ETF. Now, this title's a little bit misleading. It says will appeal delay XRP's path. Well, it's not XRP. XRP is a product of Ripple, and Ripple is a company. Now, the XRPL was given to everyone to use as an open source network. There are other open source networks. We'll get into that some other time, like BitHop, things like that. That's where you can get open source code, which this is all basically code. It's a much easier way to transfer energy, wealth, whatever, through less energy usage, and getting it. The whole idea behind XRP and these kinds of currencies is to be able to move currency, wealth, energy, whatever you want to call it, from one place to another as cheaply and efficiently as possible. Suppose the idea is if you have a natural disaster somewhere and you need to get supplies there, well, you obviously are going to need money to get those supplies. So, what better way to do that if you can send something at 0.000016 of a cent, any amount in a split second, because second saves lives when it comes to natural disasters and things like that. So, XRP is an amazing tool to reduce the energy that it takes to transfer currencies and do remittance between different governing bodies or different currencies that governing bodies use. So, let's look at this really quick. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse hails U.S. growth as Trump's bull market fuels optimism in digital assets. So, okay, he's just basically saying that Trump and the Republican Party getting into office is a good thing because it's going to help cryptocurrency. Because the Republican Party generally would lean towards, you know, uh, free market, free market society, and innovation. That makes sense. Uh, XRP hinges on the SEC's January 5th appeal deadline. So that's coming up. A withdrawal may trigger a rally past $3.55. Yeah, I mean, if the SEC right now were to drop the Ripple um, appeal, I believe we could have it. Well, that would take another 33% of inflow into the global liquidity of the XRP ledger. So that is possible. It would be a lot all at once, but that would come from institutional investors because they would know a spot ETF's coming. They would know that um, their finances, what they've taken decades to earn, would be safe. So, but I don't think that that's going to happen. I seriously doubt the SEC is just going to drop their appeal. But who knows? You never know. Strange things happen at any moment. So, okay, so it says Bitcoin nears 100K. Well, they called it right. It passed 100K. So now it's fluttering back and forth around 100K. There's really not much else to talk about right here until the 15th. I'll go ahead and revisit this after the 15th. So we're going to hop on over to the next section here, and that's the CFTC, the U.S. Commodities Future and Trading Commission. Well, this here is interesting because CFTC Chair Rostin Benham is set to step down. Is that how you say that? Benham? Yeah, probably. Okay, less than 2 weeks. What's the date on this? Should have probably looked at that at first. Well, he's either out or going out, or he's already been out. I've never. Yeah, it's on January 8th. So this is today. I've never heard too much about this guy. He's obviously hasn't got himself in any hot water because you'd hear about him. Anyway, CFTC is the next step for cryptocurrencies. Okay, once they pass the hurdle of the Securities Exchange Commission, the SEC, they're up against the CFTC. Now these are the regulators of banking and all things currency. Generally, I don't know what their stance is going to be on cryptocurrencies. I think with Republican majority in power, I think cryptocurrencies will make a huge surge this year, and all things are looking good for cryptocurrencies. Well, certain cryptocurrencies, not meme coins, of course. That's always just a roll of the dice. All right, so that's happening. I believe Donald Trump Donald Trump is going to be putting somebody else in charge here. I think there's it's between 9 different people from what I read. We're just going to keep moving on because, I'll revisit that later and more in depth. I'm going to revisit each one of these more in depth as they come about over the next 30 days. All right, so what we have here is the chart. Everybody who does these videos loves to do the charts. All right, so as you can see, we're at $94,000 on Bitcoin. Well, Bitcoin is the liquidity backbone for all the cryptocurrencies, meaning every single cryptocurrency out there is backed by Bitcoin in one form or another, meaning that you can sell your cryptocurrency for Bitcoin. And the value is strong because Bitcoin seems to retain its value no matter what. Now, this fluctuating between 97 to 94, is that a big deal? No. Well, this happens all the time. This means nothing. When in doubt, zoom out. Actually, I can do that real quick. So let's see. We're at the 1-day chart. Let's go ahead. 7 days. Okay, so we were up at 102,000. What's the date there? On 1/6. That's 2 days ago. So you're telling me it lost what is that? $8,000 per token or per coin and or per digital asset in a couple days. Doesn't mean nothing. 1 month. Okay, so we fluctuated. They had a high up there at 107. So I mean, essentially, you just find the median. Okay, as you can see, the median right now is about 97,000.5 K per Bitcoin. That's going to be the median for the month. Okay, so This is what it was. This is what it is. But this is really what it is right here. This is right here. This is the median. All right. Now we're going to go to the year chart. Now this is where it gets interesting. This is where things were pretty bad. Well, not even bad. Not considered to 2021. I think it was down to like it was lower than 21,000 at some point. So I mean, it already doubled in those couple years. Pepsi, so good. Anyway, so as you can see, we went through 1 year. We've almost doubled. Um, I believe the median here would be somewhere like 70, 69 to 70 something thousand. That's where the value sits as far as I would look at it. Anybody who's long on it, long means you have no intention of selling it. You are going to keep it, you're going to pass it on to the next generation, whatever it is. You believe that this is the currency for the future. Call it space credits, whatever. I believe that's a good possibility. You'll always have assets like gold and silver and things like that, but truth is you can't move giant pallets of gold and silver to to make a remittance on a purchase or whatever. Or if you have, say, like in Indonesia, you have a landslide takes out a village or 10 villages, and you really need to get a lot of stuff there to save lives. You're not going to be moving gold. You're going to be moving digital assets in order to purchase what you need, helicopters, so on and so forth, in order to get stuff there. So, well, there'll always be a need for hard assets. There'll always be that assets in a safe. Really, I believe the future of assets are going to be digital because it just makes sense. All right, so we're going to move to the next thing. I like Sologenic. All right. You don't have to like it, but I like it. All right. So I got into Sologenic in 2021. It started out a couple dollars and then it dropped dramatically because they had a pre-sale. All right. And when pre-sales happened back then in 2021, it was always you buy in and then immediately everybody would sell out. And whoever sold faster made the most money. Same thing happened in the stock market. That whole year was just a horrifying, horrific scam. I'll never get in the stock market again after I saw what that was. You'd have to be crazy. So, but that being said, every single cryptocurrency did this. But this is the only one that I've seen that's really stabilized and has a use case. This cryptocurrency Sologenic is connected with Corium as well, another very stable blockchain that has a use case. Right now, Sologenic is at 20 cents per at the week. So I'm going to put it at the week because I want to see what the median is. It was up at like 40 cents in March 23. Yeah. So, I mean, it's dropped, but like I said, so is everything else. And these altcoins are unpredictable. But I do believe that these altcoins on the XRP ledger are going to be the next big thing. I think it's going to absolutely ravage Ethereum because I see no use case for Ethereum. I don't see it. All I see that is a transfer of wealth from one person to another, a way to transfer money and make people pay large amounts of money to do it. A giant casino, if you will. Eventually, people are going to get tired of it. I've noticed with humanity, when it comes to finances, path of least resistance is always the winner. XRP Ledger is the path of least resistance. Some people aren't going to like what I'm saying. That's fine. If you have anything to counter what I'm saying, put it in the comment section. Make your own video. Show me I'm wrong. Anyway, again, this is not financial advice. This is just what I've done. Okay? You do what you got to do. Ultimately, that's the best choice. So, this has gone up for me close to 900%, I think it was. Does that mean anything? Only if I sell. I don't know that I ever will, though, because to me, I see these cryptos as actual money. I believe a certain amount of time goes by, you're going to be able to use it as if you would USD and the yen, the yuan, whatever. I just don't see a point in selling any of it. But that's just me. Whatever. Some people are just in it for the long. Some people are there to short. Some people just want to make quick gains, get out. That's fine. But Sologenic, their goal, from what I have read, and I've been watching them for a while, is to tokenize the stock market. That means bringing clarity to the stock market. That means no more tomfoolery for for hedge funds. No more naked shorting. No more committing, massive fraud and felonies that don't get prosecuted because, you know what I'm saying, right? Okay, great. But hopefully this company can bring some kind of clarity to a Seth to a just to the stock market that it's just stagnant at this point. I don't see anybody really trusting or getting into it. I just don't see any possibility for growth over the next 10 or 15 years. That's just my opinion. I could be wrong. I don't know. I've created my own cryptocurrencies and liquidity pools and literally created economies, very tiny, itty bitty economies. But I think I understand what's going on here. And if you can do that, then I think that maybe somebody could say, okay, maybe this person knows what they're talking about. They created liquidity pools, they created economies, they're working economies, they're working on automated market making systems. They've looked into it. They've done more than just their homework. All right, so we're going to move past Sologenic. I really like what they're doing. I see innovation with this company more so than any other company, other than like Ripple or so on and so forth. But I know they're heavily, you know, they're in talks with Ripple, clearly. All right, let's move this next thing here. All right. Okay, so this was talking about Sologenic, okay? This is the Sologenic Development Foundation announced Michael McCluskey as its new Chief Executive Officer. This leadership change comes at a pivotal time as Sologenic has recently partnered with a U.S. based broker dealer. That's right. You heard it, okay? U.S. broker dealer. All right. If you know, you know. I'm not going to get into it. I'm not going to hype it up and go, go, crypto, whatever. But if you know, you know. If you don't know, go look it up. Go look up what that means. To launch tokenized solutions to navigate a rapidly evolving regulatory environment. So that goes back to what I was saying. So what they're trying to do is tokenize all stocks, all trades. That way it's accountable. It's on the ledger. It can be instantly accessed by regulatory bodies and say, okay, you sold all this. Now you need to cover it. You don't have this. Clearly, you do not have what you're trying to sell. That's illegal. You have to stop. There'll probably just be small fines, depending on how far people try to take it. I'm sure there'll be ways once this is done for people to, pool up all their stocks or whatever and make it look one way when it's really not that way. But it'll make it a lot harder for them. They can't just say, "Well, it's Friday. We'll go ahead and deliver on Monday." Meanwhile, they scramble all weekend to get what they need. So I digress. Okay, we're gonna move on to the next thing. Okay, we're back to the crypto bubbles here. I think that's pretty good for a first show. A real quick crash course. The next shows, I'm sure, will be a lot more, uh, professional, and I won't be so all over the place. But like I said, it's called Crypto Crash Out for a reason. I got a lot going on within the thought processes I have. I'm not really delving into one specific thing here. I'm just trying to give you an overview of what I've noticed over the last 2 years. So, thanks for watching the show, and I hope you guys all have a great investing time. And okay, bye. Love you. Bye.